So up there is a chimney, and previously it didn't have this chimney cowl on, so the rain was going down the chimney. We recently put on the chimney cowl, and the reason for that is I'll show you. So the water comes down the chimney and it would hit the steel plate, and you can see it's corroded the steel plate, but not only that, the water runs off into the walls, makes the walls damp. So if you go around behind the chimney, here we got gypsum plasterboard, and here we got clay lime brick wall, and been smashing off the old plaster. So this had water coming in from the chimney. When it hits the steel plate, it goes into the wall. But then the gypsum board was damp, and that was really confusing to me. But what we found is, if you have gypsum board up against a damp wall, the damp goes into the gypsum board sideways like that. So that's why that piece of gypsum board is damp. And then here it's bone dry, and the reason why it's bone dry is because it's a butt joint, and so there's no actual connection between the gypsum from this piece to this piece, and the damp only really came up to here because that's where the level of the steel plate is. The water would go from there downwards. So that's why that bit of gypsum board is damp. So sometimes it's a little bit confusing, you have to follow it through. On the other chimney, when we were outside, again clay lime brick wall with cement pointing, and at the level where the steel plate was on that chimney, when we took the concrete off, there was actually water in the joints at the same level as the steel plate, and it was the same mechanism. So sometimes the water's come down the chimney, hits the steel plate, goes into the walls, and then if you've got a butt T-joint with your plaster board into the lime plaster, it goes in that way. Anyway, I thought I'd share that just in case you have a similar problem.